And welcome to another edition of X Zone TV. My name is Rob McConnell. And the X Zone is a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And we're coming to you from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Check us out on the web at xzonetv.com, and you can listen to the X Zone radio show 7/24/365 at www.xzoneradiotv.com. Now, we're going to be talking to a lady I've had the pleasure of talking to before on the X Zone radio show. Her name is Pattie Freeman, and she is known as the Arizona Hypnotist. We're going to be talking about hypnosis when it comes to alien abductions, the CIA, and much more. Joining me now from Scottsdale, Arizona via Skype is Pattie Freeman. And Pattie, welcome back to the X Zone. Nice talking to you again.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Pattie, let our listeners know about you and how your journey into the world of hypnosis started.
Well, I started kind of an unusual way of putting it. I had a business and I had some things happen in my life, like my mom had died and I got a divorce, and I kind of took a little look at my life and says I want to change. So what I changed, I was really interested in hypnosis, and I kind of took my journey into researching it and finding people that did it. And I ended up learning more about hypnosis than I really actually thought I was going to do. I didn't want to do it as a profession, I just wanted to learn more about it. And I ended up doing hypnotherapy. It led me to such great people involved in hypnosis, but also the clients and different situations that people come to me about. And some of them is different things like UFOs, alien abductions, things like that people come to that I would never in a lifetime believe that they would come to me for that, for especially hypnosis, but they do.
How does hypnosis work, Pattie?
It's very easy. We all get hypnotized 8 to 10 times a day, and that means by being hypnotized by just our thoughts, being like daydreaming, especially when kids daydream, looking out the window. We say don't do that. That gives their visualization skills, but also their imagination. We get hypnotized when we go to the store, and we miss what we're supposed to be getting as we walk to the car and go, oh my goodness, I forgot something. Things like that. Or even, just hypnotized by watching a movie or being at a game. So our mind kind of takes over and it puts us in that situation. So it's really mind over matter.
I don't think there's anyone listening around the world tonight, Pattie, who has been in a car, driving the car from point A to point B, and they forget a certain part. They arrive at their destination much sooner than they thought. And I understand the name for this is highway hypnosis.
Yes, the white line, they call it. Or the other thing is that people don't realize is how many of us do drive home and an accident happens at the side of the road, and we got to go, oh wow, what's going on over there? Because we're in trance driving home. And as soon as what happens is we take a look to the left or the right, and it wakes us up a little bit. So that's kind of scary knowing that we can go home in a trance state and not realize what's happening.
So I guess we can call the trance state our autopilot state.
Exactly.
Pattie, what are some of the reasons that someone would come to you as a hypnotist? I mean, besides the alien factor, UFO sightings, and the aspects of the paranormal that we're going to be talking about later on today.
Oh, a number of things. It's anything that could help you enhance your life. Like I have stopped smoking and weight loss, anxiety, depression, addiction is really popular because a lot of people are going through different changes in their life. Sports is my big one that I work a lot with. So it could be a number of things. If they want prosperity, they can come to me. I have executives come to be more focused in their job or send for sales. So it's just up to them of what they really want to work on.
Is there anyone that cannot be hypnotized?
Everyone can. It's if you allow it. Yeah, so I don't say you have to believe it when you walk into my office. You just got to have an open mind to say, I really want to change my life. I want to do this. I want to do that. And if you're open to it, your mind will take it.
How about past life regression?
Past life regression I also do. I do age regression, past life. It depends if they're needed. Some people just want to come for the fun of it to know, what was I last, whatever,
Right.
So that's okay. So if they have a reoccurrence in their mind stating that, I feel like I want to go dancing a lot, or I feel that I have this urge to travel to a certain place or time, or they get a recall in their memory about certain things like a trigger, then they're probably from a past life. So what they like to do is go back and try to recall it. So I do past life with them.
Is there a connection between hypnosis and dreaming?
Yes, definitely. there is the connection. The connection with that is that every time we dream something, it's giving us some type of clue. I always say there's garbage dreams, and there's real dreams, and there's dreams that we put in ourselves through our everyday life. Meaning, so let's say if we're doing this interview tonight and I go home and dream it or see it, that's because I already lived it. But the thing is, sometimes we go at home and we think about it, we think about certain things, our mind will take us to a different place. So when I do hypnosis sessions, I actually record the session, have them listen to that session at night, because that puts them in a hypnotic state to go ahead and put those suggestions in place.
Pattie Freeman, please stand by. You and I have to take our break. X-Zone Nation, Pattie Freeman is our special guest. She's joining us from Scottsdale, Arizona via Skype. Her website is www.thearizonahypnotist, and I will be back on the other side of this break as we continue here in the X-Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell. We'll be back. Don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell. This is the X-Zone on X-Zone TV. My guest from Scottsdale, Arizona this hour is Pattie Freeman. We're talking about hypnosis. Pattie's website is thearizonahypnotist.com. And Pattie, first of all, thanks for being with us here on X-Zone TV. Has there ever been a case that you've worked on that has just blown you out of the water? That when you've brought the person into a hypnotic state, that what you were hearing may have been too hard to believe?
Well, there's several, but there's one that I remember very well. A friend of mine was a psychic, and he had passed about a couple of years ago, but he's never been hypnotized before. And he would always a star child, and I would look at him across when he used to, do a reading once in a while with me. I'd say, whatever, because I knew nothing about that at the time. So he used to tell me these vivid dreams he used to have, and how they were just so vivid. And he said, Pattie, I know there's something there behind it, but I never was hypnotized. Would you be able to hypnotize me? And I said, yeah, I would love to do that. So one day he came and sat in my chair, and we were talking, and I said to him, I don't want to know anything, because I want to find out, because I want to take you so deep. I want you to talk to me, to give me that information. So he agreed. I put him under, and then while I was counting him down, I'm sitting there, and it was a late afternoon, and he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, he was just his whole features on his face changed. He turned his head, he almost exorcist. He turned his head to the right and says to me, "We're here." And I'm sitting there going, oh wow, the voice changed, he changed, his whole image on his face changed. And at first I looked at the door and see how fast I was going to get to that door if I could leave. I was kind of going, oh my goodness, what's going on here? Because I thought he was messing with me at first. And I'm going, no way. So I said, all right, got to be calm, got to be calm. And I said to him, who are we? And they said, he knows. And I said, all right. So I said, so is there a message that you have to give me to give to him? And he says, we're just in peace. Just remember, we're just here in peace. And I said, okay. And I asked him, can you allow me to talk to him? And they said, yes. And then his head turned right back around like normal. His features stayed the same, but then he started talking his normal voice. And I started counting him down and telling him all these different things to find out. And in his subconscious mind, or whoever was talking to me at that point, it told me that he was a star child and that he was here on Earth and he was supposed to give the message to listen to about how everything was supposed to be in a peaceful manner and there was not here to be harmed. And I said, thank you for giving me that message, calmed down, and I did record it for him. The funny thing is, that's not only the first time that happened, other things that happened, my recording came in botched when he was talking. And when that voice went away, he came in clear as a bell. That was kind of strange. So when I showed that client, he says, oh my gosh, he goes, I knew it, because he goes, I was having vivid dreams, and he said, Pattie, it was just incredible, the dreams I was having. So now it confirms it.
When somebody goes in...
When I say I was not a believer, I was not...
So when somebody goes into a deep channel trance, are they basically using self-hypnosis to get to that state?
We use self-hypnosis every day on ourselves.
Really?
It's just how we know how deep we can get. And he used to use meditation, and then but he didn't know how to do the self-hypnosis part. But yes, it's a type of self-hypnosis.
I used to have troubles falling asleep, and a good friend of mine, Georgina Cannon, who is a hypnotist here in Toronto, taught me to visualize myself opening up a door to a group of stairways and walk down the stairs, and before I got to the next door, I would be asleep. I've been using this method now for over 10 years, and I've yet to get to that next door.
Well, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, because even though I'm the facilitator to help you get there, you're actually doing it yourself. You know what I mean? So when they're in my chair and I'm asking them to count down, I'm having them visual numbers, staircases, walkways, they're doing it themselves. I can't, I could tell you to visualize something, but what I would visualize is totally different than what you would visualize.
So that's why people count sheep when they're falling asleep. They're basically using this visualization technique to fall asleep. It's no different from going down the stairs. It's just a different technique.
Exactly.
Gotcha. When you're regressing somebody through a past life, how do you know if this person is really telling you the truth, what they believe to be the truth, or if they're just pulling your chain?
We don't know. That's the whole mystery of it all. We really don't know. A lot of people feel that they've been in a past life and they're very visual. Some people have very, very imaginative mind. The only way you can understand is if they were there or not is if you research it. And with that, it's really hard sometimes because you don't know, because a lot of things that were way past a certain date isn't documented. So you have no idea. So if they believe it enough, it probably happened. So the whole thing is belief, the power of belief, the strongest power in the universe. X-Zone Nation, Pattie Freeman is my special guest, the Arizona Hypnotist.com, and we'll be back after this break here in the X-Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, www.xzonetv.com. X-Zone Nation, Pattie Freeman is my special guest. Her website is The Arizona Hypnotist. And Pattie, before we went to the break, we were talking about past lives. It must be hard to do the research like you and I were talking about when somebody goes back in time to a point where there was no evidence or history that you can actually do the research. Why is it the cases that we hear most often are the cases of people who claim to be Caesar, they claim to be at the crucifixion of Christ, they claim to have come from they claim to have been in Atlantis, or even another planet? Why is this always the sensationalistic background story that we hear? Sometimes it's what they're into. Sometimes what I always say, with things that we love to read about, like some people are really a history buff, or some people really are into UFOs and they research everything. It just depends on them, So if they're pretty detailed, sometimes you really got to listen if they're probably in the right direction. Some of them are just general, so you got to kind of dig down a little bit deeper. When I do regression, I try to find out everything I possibly can, even maybe personal things about them. And if you can't research them, I understand, like you said, Caesar and things like that. But sometimes you really, really got to research it and find out, or have them research it. And that's the only way you could find out.
Has your work with past life regression reinforced your belief in reincarnation?
Well, I've always felt there was some connection that we've been here before in this reincarnation type of thing. I've experienced certain things that I myself find attracted to certain things, and I have no reason why. So I instead of researching it, I just go ahead and do the things that I have urges to do, like dancing or other things, and I feel so much freer. So that must mean that I must have done something like that in the past. So I do believe in reincarnation to a point, but it just depends on the person's beliefs.
What is the common thread between all the people who seek you out for your professional services as a hypnotist?
In what way are you asking?
Well, are they from a specific type of religious philosophy? Do they have the same types of beliefs? Or is it the entire broad spectrum?
I believe it's a broad spectrum, because I have people that are very religious, but they say hypnosis doesn't change their belief system because you don't program them. Hypnosis, I do not program them how to think or what to do. They do it on their own. Then I have people that are really wonderful, and they've done hypnosis before, and there's people that don't even believe in hypnosis, but tell me, I'm here because I've tried everything else, and this is you're my last resort, which I wish I was their first resort. But they'll say, you're my last resort. If this works, this is great. So I guess it's a broad perspective of how people look at what I do.
Over the years, there has been a lot of controversy over hypnosis and the search for extraterrestrials, the investigation into alien abductions. Bud Hopkins has to be one of the most recognized people when it comes to hypnosis and his work with alien abductions. What is your belief when it comes to alien abductions, and how have you, Pattie Freeman, been able to help people?
Well, my belief is we don't know what's there. We don't know. We have no idea. So when people come to me and they'll say, this might sound strange to you, I'm not here to judge them. I'm here to help them. So when they come and say, this has happened to me, or I believe this happened, and I get calls from all over the world that'll call and ask me, what do you think? I get to know them a little bit and be able to go ahead and help them so they could deal with it better. Whether it's true or not, I'm not there to say. I myself believe the world is such a big place, who knows? So to them, I'm there to help them.
How many people have you helped with regressive therapy or hypnosis in general when it comes to the alien scenario, whether it's a sighting or whether it's an actual abduction?
I would say it would be around 100 people.
Wow. And is there are all these stories similar that you hear from all these people, or do they vary?
Some are similar. Some have a little bit of variance to them, but they seem to go on the same path. Some of them are afraid to talk to anybody else, but when they come to me, they says they just feel like the weight has been lifted off their shoulders, because at least they're telling someone that doesn't judge them or doesn't look at them kind of oddly.
So you're giving them inner peace.
Right.
All right, Pattie, stand by. You and I have to take our final break for this episode of the X-Zone Nation. My guest this hour is Pattie Freeman. Now, her website is www.thearizonahypnotist.com, and on her website, it's a great website. You will find all the tools necessary to help yourself. She has DVDs online. She has CDs. She has an entire array of self-help tools. Once again, www.thearizonahypnotist.com. I'll be back on the other side of this break as we wrap up here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't forget, if you have any questions or if you'd like to suggest a guest, go to www.xzonetv.com/questions.htm. I'm Rob McConnell. This is the X-Zone. We'll be back. Don't go away. Welcome back, everyone. This is the X-Zone. I am Rob McConnell. My guest this hour is Pattie Freeman, and her website is www.thearizonahypnotist.com. And first of all, Pattie, great having you on the show. It's been a pleasure talking to you over the many years we've known each other. One of the topics that I always enjoy talking to you about is the CIA connection. And I was wondering if you could give our listeners a little bit of an idea of what the CIA connection is.
Well, it's kind of different because I get a lot of CIA, FBI profilers that come to my office. It's kind of mysterious at times because they are. The most recent one I've gotten was a profiler. I had no idea. When she checked into my office, the receptionist said, she had texted me and said, there's a female here. She won't put her address, phone number. She won't put anything on the application type of the intake form. All she has is her first name. And I had no idea what it was about. And I said, that's okay. I'll take care of it when she comes in. And when she came in, she just said, the reason I can't put anything on there because the FBI and CIA, they're all connected.
So why would an FBI profiler...
They'll know that I'm coming to you.
So why would an FBI profiler or a CIA agent come to you?
I wondered myself. And they had come to me because she had said that she had heard about my work that I do, and she's got all this information. Why, I don't know why they want to share it with me, but she wanted to sit down and talk to me about some things that she's been experiencing, because the job is such a heavy job. But she wanted to ask my opinion about some things also, about alien abductions, about profiling and things like that. And I said, well, I'm not an expert on it. You're probably at the wrong place. And she said, no, I just want to not. She was a young girl that had been recruited way when she was right out of college. She was just incredible. And she had said she had some experiences. And she didn't know if she should believe it, because a lot of people she's connected with. And she had shared some experiences with me. And the funny thing about it is that I told her I've heard these stories before. And I said, well, why don't you talk it over with your colleagues? And she had said to me, oh, no, because they're non-believers.
Wow.
So we have to be very on the line of knowing, if we believe or not. And she says, I'm a real believer, and it's really affecting my sleep, the way, I'm with people and everything else. So it was quite an interesting session.
So how would you help somebody like this?
Well, normally I have them be a little bit more confident with themselves, to believe in what they want to believe, to realize, because she is in that position of such a high pressured situation of what she does, is, it doesn't matter what they believe, it's what she believes. And I told her that. And I said, what you need to do is, when you believe in yourself, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But the thing is, if you want to share it, go ahead and share it. If not, it's fine. But the funny part is, she had told me about an incident that she was somewhere in Russia or something, some crazy place she was telling me, in the snow, and she had seen some things out there that was just not right, and she thought it was her mind. And that's what she came to me for. And that she had seen these things, and she had said, Patty, the only thing that bothers me is, by seeing that, I am now a believer. Because before, she said, I was kind of like, I didn't know, a skeptic. But when I seen that, it really helped, and they helped her get out of that snow in order to survive. She says, I almost died. And without that help, I don't think I would have ever been here today.
Patty, what would you like to tell people around the world how hypnosis can help each and every one of us in our daily lives?
I always say hypnosis is what we believe and what we tell ourselves. So if we tell ourselves negative things, we get negative. So be careful what you ask for, or you'll get it. So I always say, be positive, say nice things. If you need help, see someone that has the education, the know-how, the tools to help you, and live your life to the fullest, and just enjoy it and be happy.
What should a person look for when looking for the services of a professional hypnotist like yourself?
I would say, find out how many years they've been doing it, find out their education background. Are they certified? I'm certified through the NGH, and I'm an instructor and things like that. Find out how long they've been doing it. Find out if they've been working in a certain situation, because some hypnotherapists will work only with weight loss and only with smoking. See if they got a variety of things that they work with. See how successful they are, and really how long they are in business, because the longer they are in business, the longer they are successful at what they're doing.
Now, Patty, do you do online sessions, and is the online session as successful as the in-person session?
Yes, I do Skype or phone, and that is because it's usually the voice. It doesn't matter if they see me, it's the voice. So when they're in my chair, their eyes are closed, so they understand by what the voice pattern is. So I have people in Europe and South America that call me all the time, that we do either Skype or we do phone, and it works out tremendous, just the same as they're just sitting in my chair. And
of course, as I was saying, all that information is available on your website at thearizonahypnotist.com. Pattie Freeman, always great talking to you. Take care of yourself, dear friend. Continued success, and I look forward to the next time you and I meet back here in the X Zone, whether it's on the radio waves or here on X Zone TV. X Zone Nation, my guest this hour has been Pattie Freeman, www.thearizonahypnotist.com. Well, that's it for tonight, everyone. I hope each and every one of you have taken a little bit away with you of the information that Patty has been so graciously forthcoming with today. Don't forget her website. And until the next time that we meet here in the X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, always remember, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart to the light. Until the next time we meet, good night, everyone.